lesson 3 here. The last 2 weeks we had a look at the alphabet. We had a look at the first half, the second half, any tricky letters, any letters that were double consonants, the big O and the little O. Do you remember the big O and the little O? And some false friends as well. A letter that looked like a P, which actually was an R, and one that looked like a V, which was actually an N. So we're going to put these letters to good use and we're going to practice them. So let's have a little look. So those are the letters, how they stand. You've got the Greek alphabet there, plus the bottom right hand corner, which is actually an accent for a H, which you use in ancient Greek. So we'll put that aside for the moment. So you've got the double consonants in the bottom row, PH for, CH a K sound, PS a Ps sound, and then you've got the big O sound, the omega, the big O. You've got letters that look very much like English letters, particularly in their big form. You have got letters that you might see in maths, such as the pi and the sigma. And that S is quite tricky because you've got the big S, the big sigma, and the second row from the bottom, the middle box, you've got the big sigma, you've got the little sigma where you, it can be in any position except the final letter, and then you've got to the right of it the final S, which looks a lot like our S, doesn't it? So you've got little o, you've got big O, you've got iota, you've got E, you've got A, you've got all the vowels there. And some other double consonants, you've got the TH to the th. What we're going to look at today is we're going to have a little look at some words and can you decode these words. These are all the words for school, scolio. So it's got a bit missed off with the banner. So these are all school subjects. And if you cast your eye over them, you can perhaps work out with your new knowledge of the Greek alphabet which these subjects are. So if you want to do that, press pause on the video and see how many you can get. Okay, let's have a look at that top row. Physica. The U is often a Y in English, so that's physics. Historia. History. That's self-explanatory. The biologia, biology, looks quite similar, doesn't it? That B at the beginning in modern Greek is a V, so it's got a very different sound in modern Greek, biologia. We're going to do a bit of ancient Greek and a bit of modern Greek, but for the moment we are looking at the alphabet, so I'll explain if something sounds a bit different in modern Greek. Drama, second line, drama. Technologia, so technology. This could be IT or DT, design and technology. The third one, athletica, so athletics, isn't it? Let's look at the final line. Musica, music, mathematica. So you've got mathematics there. So how many of those did you get? Which ones did you find more difficult? I study, if you want to say I study in modern Greek, it's spoudadzo. So I study spoudadzo. So let's look at some of these subjects. Again, see if you can work them out. Some we've already had, some we haven't. So if you want to press pause on your video. Let's have a little look. Physica, physics, drama, drama, historia, history. Fine. Psychologia, that U goes to a Y, so you've got psychology with that PS, psychology. The next one, economica, that O and I becomes an E in English, so economics, economy, ecology, all started out, life in Greek is an O and an I. The last line are languages. Gallica, Hispanica, and Anglica. So Gallica is French. Gallic is an adjective which means French in English. Hispanica, Spanish. And the last one, which we speak, Anglica, English. So in these classes, we're going to do a bit of modern Greek. How are you? Tikanis. So that's easy enough. If you see me around college, you can go, Tikanis. And there are a number of replies to that. So we've got kala, well. The stress is usually in Greek on the last syllable, kala. Polykala, very well. Poly, very well. Fantastikos, fantastic, if you're a man. Fantastiki, fantastic, if you're a woman. Etsy, so. So I can't tell you really how I'm feeling. It's a bit of this, it's a bit of that. Etsy. Then imekala, I am not well. Then is no, ime is I am, and kala is well. So then imekala. So the little guy in the corner is then imekala. So have a little look at these. See if you can remember, and we're going to practice some of them. So some happy little pictures, some sad little pictures, some people not feeling too well. What would we say? Tikanis. So if you want to press pause and have a think which ones are which. So which is fantastikos, which is fantastiki, which is kala, which is polykala, and which is then ime kala. And which is etsy. I think the bottom right is definitely fantastikos or fantastiki. I think the top right is not well, then ime kala. And maybe the bottom left not well, then ime kala. Who is etsy? I think the centre at the bottom, etsy. How about the chap with his thumbs down? Is he etsy? Or is he then ime kala? Well, folks, how are you with the alphabet? So we've got some letters that you can have a little look at. Big letters, little letters. Press pause, see how you get on. Top row, gamma, big gamma. Pi, little phi, ph. That first sound, little sigma. Remember, you don't put that letter at the end to use a different S. Let's look at the middle one. Omega, big O. Zeta, big Z. Lambda, the L, which is like an upside down V. And little R, little R, which is like a P, but it's actually an R. And the final row, Xi, theta, the. So you've got an X and you've got a the. You've got our little V, which is actually an N. If you turn it upside down, it kind of looks like an N, doesn't it? And the T, the tau. How many of those did you get? Practice them. Practice writing them. Play about with them. Put your name into Greek letters. Put your name into Greek letters and see how it goes. Use Google Translate English to Greek to get your Greek letters or symbol on the computer. Play about with them. Okay, that was lesson 3, and have a very good week, and I hope you enjoyed your Greek. I will see you soon.